Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I'm coming to you from the land down under because we're playing along this Monday with the hopping along with the girls from the lands down under. So that's right, the lands down under, Australia with the white stars on the flag and New Zealand with the red stars on the flag. And we're under the equator and we often get confused as being related. So today's layout, I am looking at landmarks in Australia, and of course, how could I go by and let October pass without looking at the Sydney Harbour Bridge? It is iconic. Everybody in the world knows it by sight, and it just is the head of the most beautiful harbour in the world. So I'm going to use some Vicky Bouton on this layout today, and I absolutely love these papers. They are just beautiful, bold and bright, perfect for what we're going to do in this nice sunny set of photos of my daughter when we went to Manly in January in 2023, and we were sailing back on the ferry and went up to the Harbour Bridge through from the harbour. Perfect sight, perfect view, wonderful day. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm trimming this down. I want to include this layout frame. I'm going to keep it to the side because I'll use it elsewhere on another layout, and I'm just using this here as my matted base. So I am adhering it to that 1-inch yellow frame, and that way I am stretching my stash and incorporating the bright yellow into my layout by having the base at the bottom and using it to mount my photos and add to my embellishments throughout this layout. So I'm just removing one strip of tape at a time. That allows it to go down against that frame without any ripples, and it allows it to be a nice flat start for the rest of the layout. Now, I like both sides of this paper, so it's a bit tricky as to which one I'm going to use, but I am going to keep these little tags here, and I'm just going to use this middle strip with the 3 tickets on it because that's the part that I least need to use, but I need to add the blue into the layout. The yellow here with the orange and yellow flowers on it, that was a bit of scrap, and it's pulled in nicely because I have orange there on the life ring and yellow with the ferry parts, so that's how I've chosen my colours. I've got the Vicky Bouton blues and aquas to match the colours of the harbour and the water and the sky. So that's basically how I always choose my papers. Sometimes I'm lucky enough and I just have the papers from the same kit. Other times I'm mixing and matching across the board, and I just need the colours to help me to do that. I've got 3 photos, as I said. This one I've trimmed down from a 4x6, and the other 2 I'm leaving as a 4x6. Now, you can get multiple photos on pages if you are clever and strategic with your placement. So out of the back of the mounting of the photos, I've cut the yellow circles to mount the coloured paper here, and I'm now cutting in some fishtail banners which are going to sit in underneath the photos just for a feature down the middle, like the horizontal stripe or the horizontal bar of later. But this one here, it's going to be vertical, and I have those horizontal stripes to draw the eye around the layout. I'm just trimming down these 2 flag tags that I showed you on the back of that blue paper that I wanted to use, and they are going to be used as journaling tags. So, as I said, Australia is well known for the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Everybody who comes to Sydney wants to climb the Harbour Bridge. They want that it appears in lots of people's photos. It is a remarkable structure. My dad used to, when he worked for the RMS, RTA, DMR, as they were, it has gone through multiple names. He used to change the bolts on the Harbour Bridge as part of his job. He was a boilermaker. He also worked on the cages in the roads on there to make it safe for the road workers and the structure. So the Harbour Bridge has featured pretty much a lot in my life. And it is a really, really nice walk across the Harbour Bridge from the North Shore over to Sydney Centre, or vice versa, back the other way from the rocks in the city centre to the North Shore. Either way, beautiful walk, beautiful views, and as I said, when people come to Sydney, it is an iconic shot that people want. They want to capture the giant coat hanger, as we call it here in Australia. And it is so iconic that it features in a lot of countries now as part of their bridge structure because of how sound it is as a structure as a whole. Now, I have walked across that bridge multiple times. I've also climbed up in the pylons. I have not, however, undone the bridge climb. That is a bucket list to do. One day I will work up to do that. Now that I've done ziplining, I think I could do that Harbour Bridge climb when I get a little bit more fitter. But that's on my bucket list to do one day. As you can see, our harbour is magnificent. The water this day was absolutely beautiful. The sky, everything about that day just shows you why Sydney's harbour is so iconic around the world. So what I've done now is I've pulled in a branding strip that had a little quote that I'm using as my title on this layout, and I have these 3 other branding strips here which I'm now going to use as little tiny fishtail banners across the layout. And I'm having them on both sides, and that allows for the balance of this layout. And you can see that blue fishtail banner down the side actually divides the layout into a left-hand, right-hand side. And so that's how I am developing my embellishments and clusters to go with this layout by using the half and half rule on this layout. So what you put in one cluster, you carry over to the next, and that allows for that balance to occur. So I have these little clouds. This was a Vicky Bouton branding strip that I've cut off. Same with this yellow zigzag one there. That's also a Vicky Bouton, as are the flower ones. So that's why I say it's so important to keep your branding strips, because you just never know where they come in handy and end up on a layout as a complementary piece to what you are working on. So I have put those fishtail strips in there. I have my 2 flags at the top, which will become my journaling spots, as you can see now. And I've gone through my stash of pre-cut flowers that I have. Every time I cut out with my dies, I always cut extras and create flowers that I have in a stash. And I've just gone through those to find colours that complement my layout. And I have some little smiley face cabochons, which I'm using in the middle of the bigger flowers there. I thought that was a little cute touch for the sun being part of this layout on a sunny January summer's day. And it really was a beautiful day. We actually got burnt that day. It was that hot. We did a river cat tour from Parramatta to the city. Then we got on the ferry and we went over to Manly, spent a couple of hours at Manly Beach, and then we ferried our way back and did the reverse back home. So I've just tucked in those cabochons. I have 3 clusters in place. I am now adding in some brads. So there's some metal on this page, and I'm putting in some blue and yellow that complement the colours. And as you can see, they finish that off. Now I've got these brand new stamps, and these are going to be life changers for me. So I brought this set of stamps, and they are all different stitches, which I love the fact that I'm going to be able to coordinate stitching onto my layouts in a different format and in different sizes and different styles. So this one here is a zigzag type of pattern with what appears to be a running stitch, and as you can see, stamped on it, looks really effective, and I can't believe I've never purchased these before. So watch out for them in future layouts. They're going to become a feature, I can tell you, and I actually am very impressed with how they look on the layout. So I have set up the visual triangle with that stitching, as you can see, and it moves from your eye right around the layout. So I have the 3 photos, I have the 3 stitching patches, and I have 3 clusters. That is how this layout has come together. There you can see that really cute little cabochon there with the smiley face. I've incorporated that little saying there, and that all ties together. Don't forget that there are other girls playing along with this hop each Monday. As I said, October is looking at landmark icons of Australia or New Zealand, and today I have done the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Don't forget to check out that playlist down below, like I said, There are some great crafters going on, and so you never know what you're going to learn. Something interesting, something new. I know every time I watch somebody's video, I learn something new, and I live here. So it's great to capture the knowledge from other people and listen to their perspective on how things work on their layouts. So I do appreciate you stopping by. I just wanted to say there's going to be some changes with my videos in the future. New intro, new outs. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I really do appreciate you coming. That little like button, that thumbs up, give me one if there's something here that you like or you think you'd like to try. Thanks to all my subscribers who keep coming back, and if you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button. Cost you nothing. Leave me a comment. I will always get back to you. I really do appreciate that feedback. It is very, very helpful. Under Kathy Loves to Scrap, all my socials, you will find me. And I do thank you very much for watching, and I hope there was a tip that helped you out today. Happy scrapping till next time. Now check out the next one that I'm recommending for you.